It's being sponsored by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Join us in preserving and protecting Tennessee's wildlife. All right, everybody, this next segment is being sponsored by our friends over at Taylor's Archery. They're located at 100 East Lauderdale Street in Tullahoma, Tennessee. You guys can give them a call at 931-563-7706. But we're going to let you guys know tonight, we've talked to y'all about their Bowtech giveaway they've got going on right now. They're giving away a Bowtech Guardian. And the application time is up to be able to nominate people for this giveaway. But now, on July the 20th, this coming Monday, they're going to be announcing their top 5 that were nominated, and then everybody will get to vote on which one of the veterans will end up winning this Bowtech Guardian. Awesome. Just a super, super cool deal that they're doing. We appreciate them so much for doing that and giving back the way that they do. So again, if you guys get a chance, check them out over at taylorsarchery.com, and you can find out who those top 5 are and go ahead and put in a vote. We're going to open our phone lines for you at 615-737-7767. And until then, Sid, let's talk a little bit. Let's kind of switch gears for a minute. Now, we've both been doing a pretty good bit of preseason deer stuff. You know, it's for those that are going to hunt the velvet hunt. This is the 16th of July. I mean, you've got about 5 weeks, and it's going to be time to be in a stand.
Finding them bachelor group, it's time to get on.
It is.
You gotta get that pattern down on them. Find out where they're using, where they're bedding, because they're going to do that religiously until that velvet comes off.
That's the beauty of the velvet hunt, is if you can get one pattern, if you can figure out what he's doing right now, like you say,
you got him.
In 4 or 5 weeks, he's still going to be doing that. If nothing has changed him off of that pattern, he's going to still be on it.
I got a picture of one this morning, and me and Chris Hunt we running our wireless cameras and got our pictures come to each other, and got a picture of one that I've been wanting to hunt this morning that I'm planning on hunting. Yeah. And he's right back in there this afternoon. Yeah. And I texted Chris and I said, could have killed him. This afternoon I could have killed him.
That'll be the one now.
That'll be the way it is.
With archery season, are you typically more of an afternoon hunter in the bow season?
Almost exclusively.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Now, I'm not saying I won't hunt a morning, but it has to be the exact perfect setup.
It has to be a perfect setup now. We do have a spot that we're planning on hunting mornings, but because it's kind of a unique situation.
Right, it has to be.
Right.
Or you're just going to bump them out. Right. I mean, you know, because they're going to be feeding when you get there.
And just to kind of strengthen that a little bit to people, is last year had a guy that was hunting from out of Florida came up to hunt and with Chris, and of course he's coming from out of town to hunt. He wants to hunt, but we tried to warn him about going in the mornings because it's a bean field he's hunting. Yeah. And he still wanted to go. Well, Chris had him on a really nice big 8-point that he wanted him to shoot. Well, that deer disappeared after his first morning hunt. That deer disappeared for weeks.
Yep, it don't take them long to catch on those mature ones.
And we know he just bumped him out of that field. Yeah, and he just left. You know, for a while.
Well, we have a caller here on one. Let's go ahead and get our first caller. Larry, how are you doing tonight?
All right, how you doing, Brandon?
Doing well. Appreciate you calling.
A couple of questions. One for Sid. Has he ever caught a catfish in one of them holes with a crankbait in his mouth?
I never have. I've seen tears on them and stuff around their mouth, stuff that looked like it had been caught. But I never caught one that actually had the bait still in there.
That'd be bad if you got a hold of one that did, wouldn't it? It'd be a bad day for you. It would. It would. Yeah. That's a good thought. I had never thought about it that way. Yeah.
Second question is, have you heard anything about Gallatin Steam Plant shutting down the archery season?
I have, not enough that I would sit here and speak about exactly what they're going to do, but yes, I have heard that they're going to be shutting it down.
They claim they're the stewards of the property, so kind of disappointing to me. But
it is, and you know, that used to be a big area for everyone to be able to hunt, and then it got smaller and it got smaller and more restricted, and it sounds like now that's going to be the end of it. It'll be off limits. So I hate to hear that. I don't know all the details on it yet. I just spoke with somebody about it yesterday, but it does look like that's the direction they're going to go.
All right. Well, I appreciate your show, buddy.
No problem. Thank you for calling.
All right.
Yeah, you hate any time you lose a some public ground to hunt,
it just comes and it goes faster than it comes,
It does.
I'd say that gas and steam plant out there, when I first moved to the Nashville area, that was
the place to be.
one of the places I hunted, because I would go out there in the afternoon and glass big deer out in the fields.
Yeah, they're in there. Here we got another caller here. Danny, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good. How are y'all?
Doing good. How can we help you tonight?
I just got a question about those fish scales. If you could show a close-up view of it or spell the name of it, so I'll have to find them them.
Yeah, absolutely. They're Connect scale. It's the Connect Fishing League, and I don't believe we can zoom it from right here, but I'll hold the box up here before we see it again. Now, this one is the Connect Scale 3. And again, it'll be Scott Morris will be your contact on this one locally. But you can check them out at connectscale.com or connectfishingleague.com. But I think these right here are just really going to be a neat deal. I'm excited about this product here. But check them out, and you ought to get one because they're great for the Bass Nation, and a lot of these guys are fishing these. But you and I were talking about the information, Sid, that it would help this next year with. You can look back and see where your spawning fish were, and go right back to them the next year. So.
All right, well, I sure appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for calling. Have a good night.
All right, you too.
Yeah, the Gallatin steam plant back years ago, that was one of the places to be, one of the prime places, and we lose a lot more public ground than people think we do. A lot of people get in their head, I used to be the same way. Well, that's public ground. They can't take that away.
They can.
Oh, they can, and they do. And it's a tough situation because it's so hard to find anywhere.
The thing is the private ground that like when I was a kid growing up, you could go get permission pretty easily to hunt on somebody's property. That's pretty much over with now.
That's no longer the case.
It's kind of a double-edged sword because those landowners, they either hunt or they know that they can make money off of hunting on their property now.
Yeah, and then you have
that's their right.
You've also got the ones that are afraid to let you hunt.
Right. They've just been through something bad. And I've had landowners before that no matter how much I told them that I would protect them, they just were not having it.
That's right. Well, we're going to go on over and do this week's tip of the week. This week's tip of the week is being sponsored by Phoenix Custom Quality Rods. You guys can check them out at phoenixrods.com, or I showed y'all Mr. Jim Brewer earlier with that nice fish. Y'all can give him a call at 931-213-1455 and let him get you all the information you need to get a Phoenix rod in your hands today. All right, Sid, you got a tip for us tonight?
Well, I've been thinking about that, and one of the things that just came to mind was deer hunting specific. Guys, stay out of your areas as much as possible. Let those deer be deer. Don't educate them before the season. That's where these wireless cameras are coming in.
These cell cameras have changed the world.
Oh, they've changed it a lot, and that on the minute information you get from that and being able to pattern those deer, but at the same time, I run those wireless cameras and I have them on battery backups. Yeah. I've got cameras I hadn't touched since last October.
Yeah, we run them on motorcycle batteries sometimes.
Yeah. And so staying out of your core areas on those properties, and I know it's even if you're just running a regular regular trail cam. It's so hard to wait. You want to go see those pictures so bad
to get in there, don't you?
Yeah, but stay out of there. Don't check your cameras, every week or I'd say every 2 weeks at minimum. Yeah. Get in there and get out.
3 or 4 is even better. Yeah,
right.
That's right.
But that'll save you a whole lot of headache with trying to. The worst thing you can do is get one of those deer patterned down and then mess it up.
Yeah. It'll break your heart, won't it? Well, guys, I tell you what, we're going to get ready to take another break. We'll be right back here in just a minute with some more Southern Woods and Waters.